You know those square brackets in Python? We use them all the time to grab stuff from a list. But what if I told you they're actually a secret weapon, a key that unlocks this incredibly powerful way to handle data? Well, that's exactly what we're going to master in the next few minutes.
So here's the plan. We'll start with the basics, just accessing items one by one. Then we'll get into the real magic, the secret combination of slicing. After that, we'll see how you can use it to actually change your data, and we'll wrap up with some pro tips so you can really become a master at this.
All right, first things first. Before we can run, we have to walk. And in our case, that means understanding the absolute foundation, how to grab a single item using its index.
Okay, the number one thing you've got to get locked into your brain is that in Python, we always start counting from 0. It's called zero indexed. So if you want that first item, apple, you're not asking for index 1. You're asking for index 0. Seriously, everything else we're about to do builds right on top of this one idea.
But what if you need the last item in a really long list and you have no idea what its index is? Well, that's where negative indexing is an absolute lifesaver. While positive numbers count from the beginning, negative numbers count backward from the end. So -1 is always the last item, -2 is the second to last, and so on. It's just a brilliant and simple shortcut.
Okay, grabbing one item at a time is useful, for sure. But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. Now we're going to learn the secret combination that unlocks the real power of those brackets. It's called slicing, and it lets us grab whole chunks of data all at once. This right here, this is the secret formula for everything. Start, end, and step, separated by colons. It might look a little technical, but it's actually super simple. You just tell it where to start, where to stop, and how many items to jump over each time. Now, the single most important rule to remember, and I mean it, is that the start number is included, but the end number is not.
So let's put that to work. If we write fruits 1:4, we're telling Python, hey, start at index 1 and give me everything up to but not including index 4. And as you can see, that's exactly what it does. It grabs banana, cherry, and date, which are at indices 1, 2, and 3, and it stops right before index 4.
What's really cool is that you don't even have to use all the parts of the formula. If you leave out the start number, Python just assumes you mean start from the very beginning. And if you leave out the end number, it just goes all the way to the very end. It's a fantastic shortcut that just makes your code a lot cleaner.
Now for that third piece of the puzzle, the step. Usually, the step is just 1, so we go from one item to the next. But watch what happens if we change it to 2. Python grabs the first element, skips 1, grabs the next, skips 1, you get the idea. It's the perfect way to get every other item from your list.
Okay, so a positive step jumps forward through the list. But what do you think happens if we make that step negative? You get this beautiful, elegant little magic trick. By leaving the start and end blank and just putting in a step of -1, you're telling Python, go from beginning to end, but step backward one at a time. And just like that, you've instantly reversed the entire thing. This is probably one of the most famous tricks in Python because it's just so short and powerful.
So far, all we've done is read data. But this is where the real power kicks in. You can use these exact same slicing techniques to modify, insert, and even delete items from your lists.
Let's start simple. You can just target a single index, right? Here we're pointing at index 2, which has the number 30 in it, and we're just replacing it with 999. Simple, direct. But we can do so much more than this.
Now, this is where it gets really cool. We can target an entire slice. In this case, everything from index 1 up to index 4. And we can replace that entire chunk with a whole new set of values. The old items are just gone, completely overridden. It's a super efficient way to update your data.
And believe it or not, we can take this logic even further. If you want to insert new items without replacing anything, you just target a slice that has 0 width, like 1, 1, and stick your new items there. And if you want to delete stuff, you just assign an empty list to the slice you want to get rid of. It all works together perfectly.
You've totally got the fundamentals down. So now let's level up and lock in that knowledge by looking at a cool pro-level technique and, just as importantly, some common mistakes you'll want to avoid. Here's a pro tip that I absolutely love. You can create brand new lists by slicing up old ones and just adding the pieces together. In this case, we're grabbing a slice of the first 3 numbers, a slice of the last 3 numbers, and we're literally just adding them together. The result is a brand new list. It's clean, it's easy to read, and it's just very Pythonic.
And finally, let's avoid a few common headaches. First,
Please always remember that end index is not included. Second, you can't use this to modify things that are immutable, like strings or tuples. It only works on things like lists. And third, this is a big one. Using a full slice like list:/ doesn't do nothing. It actually creates a complete separate copy of your list. That's an essential trick for when you need to mess with a list without changing the original.
So there you have it. Those little square brackets in Python are a gateway to this incredibly powerful and expressive system. It's more than just syntax. It's really a way of thinking about your data. And once you get the hang of it, you're going to find yourself writing code that's cleaner, shorter, and way more efficient.